All right, let's continue here with the 9 Code of Honor. He was the winner of the Fountain of Youth last race, and the way this race is setting up, he probably looks like a major player. He's trained by Shug McGahee, will be ridden by John Velazquez. He'll sit off the pace. Being from the outside, he could get caught a little wide into the first turn, depending on the horses to the inside of him, how much speed they decide to show. I'm guessing this horse could get caught 3 or 4 wide into the first turn, and that could be enough to cost him the win. Now, he could be in the money, something like that, but I do think that his post position could hamper him. Um, I mean, he saved all the ground. He got the perfect trip in the Fountain of Youth. I'm not trying to knock him, but I don't think that his breeding is meant for him to go longer than a mile and a 16th. I think that that's about the max distance that this horse likes. He finished. He out kicked Bourbon War, and I don't remember the gallop out, but I think that that's about where he's at. He easily could prove me wrong, but I think that that's about what he'll do. He could run another big race, and I think that he definitely deserved to be in the exotics and second and third, even fourth. But I'm not using him on top. The 10 Union's Destiny. He ran a big race in the. He surprised me in the Fountain of Youth. Didn't really give this horse much consideration at all for that race. He ran a big number in the smooth air, running third behind Garter and Ty, who we'll talk about in a second. But his trainer, Juan Avila, and the rider, Leonor Reyes, they win at 22% together, but they don't win in graded stakes. And this horse is going to have to show some serious improvement to get consideration. Now, his breeding does help him in this spot. He should like to go longer, which some of these other horses in here may not. And Union's Destiny was caught 7 wide into the first turn in the Fountain of Youth, and that can be, I mean, it can be race changing. So it could happen again in this race as well. He's breaking from the outside, going a mile and an eighth. There's a short run into the turn, and he could get caught wide again. He's just, Leonor Reyes is going to have to get him in a better position, and if he can do that, this horse could be your upset horse. I mean, if there's a long shot on the board that I was going to play, it would be Union's Destiny. He's going to have to find position, save ground, and make a run late, but he could be the long shot in here that could shock everybody. The 11, Garter and Ty, is by Brooks and Down out of an Anasheed mare, Garter Belt. Now, he ran 6th in the Holy Bull, only beaten 4 3/4, but he saved ground the entire way, and that's the only reason I think he got 6th, to be honest. He ran a big number to win the smooth air, but he was the favorite that day. And let's face it, I don't think this horse is meant to go anything longer than a mile. His breeding, his sire, average winning distance is 6.1 furlongs. He gets a ton of help on the bottom with his dam sire, and Anasheed, average winning distance of 7.7. And I think that's the reason, to be honest, that he won going a mile in the smooth air. And I think that's the max distance that he's won at is a mile. He ran second in a mile and a 16th, and then he ran 6th beating 4 3/4 at a mile and a 16th in the Holy Bull. But I think he's a toss for me, just because I don't think he's going to get the distance. His speed figures add up, and they're taking the blinkers off to try to get him to settle even farther back, which I'm assuming that they're going to try to do this since he broke from the 11 hole or drew the 11 hole. They're going to try to settle him back and make one big run and hope that's enough. I just don't think his breeding says that that's his game. All right, let's recap it here. Brisnet, as you can see, picked Garter and Ty on top. I think that's just because of his sprint speed figures. I think they bolster they're bolstered in these Brisnet numbers, and that's why he is your top selection from Brisnet. Now, myself, I'm leaning with Bourbon and War right now. Um, I think that Hidden Scroll is the best horse in the race. However, I think Maximum Security is seriously going to compromise his chances. Now, if Maximum Security scratches, Hidden Scroll becomes my top pick. Otherwise, I think Bourbon War is the best horse in the race. Underneath Bourbon of War, I think horses you have to use are Code of Honor, Union's Destiny, and Current. Other than that, I don't see a whole lot that intrigues me in here. Now, if Maximum Security scratches, things change a little bit. I'm going to use Hidden Scroll on top, and then underneath Hidden Scroll, I would use Current, Bourbon War, Code of Honor, and Union's Destiny. But as of right now, with all these horses in there, Bourbon of War is my top selection. Underneath Bourbon of War, I will use Code of Honor, Union's Destiny, Current, and then I might use Harvey Wallbanger in some of those dime superfectas. I never play super high fives, but I think you could use him in fourth and fifth for that. Um, but if this field stays this way, I'm throwing out Hidden Scroll. I'm throwing out Maximum Security. I'm throwing out Bodie Express. I'm tossing Hardbell and Garter and Tie. With the blinkers off, I guess you can use him underneath in some of those exotics too, but I can't see him really being part of it either. So we'll go from there. So right now, Bourbon of War. I guess my second pick would be Union's Destiny, and my third choice, Code of Honor, and we'll go with that. Good luck to everybody. Have a good night.